Hi darlings, and welcome back to Pass or Smash, new makeup edition. If you're new here, hi, my name is Liz, and every week I go through the indie brand launches that I thought were interesting, and I decide if I would want to pass as in buy bitch or smash, add to cart. Now, just because we can buy something doesn't mean we should, and just because I say smash doesn't mean I'm going to. So it's just things that I would buy, and it's just a fun little game we play. So let's talk about the new goodies, shall we? And darlings, as always, any information that I find for you about any of these launches, any discount codes I can find, all of that will be in the description box for you. So let's look at the new makeup. So Ensley Cosmetics has released the color story to their upcoming palette. This is the Groovy Moon palette here. Now there are 14 matte shades. There are 5 multichromes, and one of those multichromes is a holo shade. And 2 duochromes. So this palette is going to retail for $69. And if you've been around for a while, you know that Ensley palettes are expensive. They are not cheap palettes by any means. Normally there's a bunch of special shades in them, but people really complain about the price. And in this economy, understandably, right? This is more of like a luxury indie brand in my opinion. So the palette is $69, and it doesn't matter what you do, somebody is always not going to be happy, right? And I was seeing a lot of good input on their comment section and a lot of bad input from people, and at the end of the day, for the cost of the palette, for $69 you're getting 5 multichrome shades, which generally on their own they go for between like $10 for like duochromes and like $20 a piece for similar type shades. So I see the value in these palettes, but not everyone does. Now this palette will be launching, who knows? They haven't given us that information yet. It'll be sometime soon, and when I have swatches and all of that, we'll talk about it again maybe. But I'm gonna say smash, and here's why. Just look at it. Okay, Ensley is coming for the demographic. So I'm a colorful makeup lover. I love colorful makeup. And I understand the value of their colorful eyeshadow palette formulas, like their color stories that they've come up with. But the everyday consumer wants a palette that they can use every day. And if they're paying that much for a palette, it needs to be a palette that they can use regularly and know that they can create some really good standard looks from it, okay? Now, I think this launch does that. This is like the everyday colorful makeup wearer that likes to wear a colorful shadow to work. This is perfect for that. And I think that a lot of these colors are work appropriate. It is inspired by the late 60s, early 70s. And you definitely see like that groovy, like Woodstock kind of vibe in the color stories. Excuse me, the color story. I personally think it's gorgeous. I'm going to say smash. I'm going to buy this. It is what it is. I do have a discount code for Ensley. It's an affiliated code. It is Garden, so you can save yourself 10% at checkout. And I just earned product credit towards it. Now, I'm going to buy this because it appeals to me. But does it appeal to you? That remains to be seen. But I do think that they're coming for, with this launch and with the Cold Moon palette, which I actually have in front of me, because I'm wearing one of the shades today. I do think that they're coming for a broader demographic now. So they've reached the colorful makeup lovers, and now they're coming for, the everyday makeup wearer. And I think that's a very smart business move on their part. We're seeing that in a lot of indie brands. We're seeing that with Nomad Cosmetics. We saw it with Unearthly. So it's a smart business move, you can reach more people. But smash, I think it's real pretty, and I see the value in it. So $69, their previous, 3 launches were like $88 plus. So I think that's pretty good, and you're still getting 21 shades. Okay, so let me step down off my soapbox now. So Odens Eye Cosmetics has collabed with someone once again for the Legendary Diversea palettes. Now there are 3 palettes. Each palette has 12 pans in it. So the first collaborator, the first palette is called the Earthwood palette. That's here. Now this is a collab with the Fancy Face. And it is neutrals with a pop of coral, lavender, and greens. Very pretty, kind of basic, but very pretty. I think it'll appeal to a lot of people. The Spring Dragon palette, which is here, is with Judy, and it's J.UUUUUUDY. And this is more like muted pastels and a pop of pink and light yellow. That is there. And the third palette is the Mighty Monster palette, and this is with Annette's Makeup Corner, and that is here. And these are earth tones with a pop of red, that mustardy kind of yellow. It's not like a deep mustard, it's like an American mustard, that bright yellow. A mid-tone purple and a sky blue. Out of the three of these, I think probably Annette's palette appeals to me the most, but I'm not gonna buy any of them. I'm really not. I'm just not gonna do it. Hold on, let me adjust my light because it seems, there, that's a little bit better. My light looked very washed out for a minute. The Annette's Makeup Corner one appeals to me the most. Now there are lippies that go with this collection. I think each collaborator has a liquid lipstick and a lip gloss. I'm not gonna purchase any of it. For me, this collection is a pass. Now I saw online where people were a little bit frustrated that Odens Eye was collaborating. I think two of these creators have had collabs before. I don't know about Judy, but I think the Fancy Face and Annette's Makeup Corner have had collabs with Odens Eye before, and their palettes were stunning. I don't blame Odens Eye for wanting to collab with them again. But I think people were a little peeved from what I was understanding in the comments. They were a little mad that they didn't choose, like, give the opportunity to other creators. But you have to look at it from a business standpoint. They have existing relationships with these creators. They have proven already that they can generate color stories that appeal to people. And, you know, they've created pretty things, right? Am I gonna buy them? No. Very few things from Odens Eye lately have really spoken to me. And I think it's a little bit annoying, honestly, that out of their last, like, I don't know, 5 launches, most of them have been collab palettes. You had like a rehash of a previous palette that re-released. I think that was Alva 2 that re-released with their new formulations. And then you had both Hella palettes. So if it hasn't been like a holiday or a collab palette, they haven't made anything. So I don't know. It's just, I don't like seeing it all the time. They're like the glam light of influencer collabs. For me, it's gonna be a no-go. So pass. Okay, nothing against creators though. They deserve the collabs. It's my personal preference. Okay. So last week we talked about Dieverune, their Gloomy Gardens collection. They have now really, and last week they sneak peeked the cake liners, which are some swatches are here. Now they have released a color story for the palette and the other items in the collection, so let's talk about them. So in this collection, on top of the cake liners, which are $9 each, by the way, they also have 4 loose multichrome pigment like pots. They're loose pigments that are multichromes. So there are 4 shades there. Here's that. Now these start at $15 each, and they are available as a bundle. And then there's also the palette, which we've all been waiting for. The packaging was sneak peeked a couple weeks ago. So pretty. And here's the color story. So it is a 15 pan palette. Now there are 5 duo/multichrome shades and 10 mattes. So there are greens, blues, plums, peaches, and grays. And I think the colors that they chose are really beautiful. This is Monica, or M Jones, as she's known on Instagram. M Jones, like 5018 or something like that. This is her brand. This is her baby. And I think the colors she's chosen are really pretty. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the color placement of the palette. It doesn't bother me, but I can see why it would bother people, like having the blue next to the orange, and like some people just are not gonna like it. But I actually think that it's lovely, and I 100% did buy it. So this is available now. Most of the items are available, but the bundle itself at the discounted rate has sold out. Now this palette is available now. It is $66 for the palette. And smash. I picked up this up, so when it gets here in like 3 days, because I've been stalking it, when it gets here in 3 days, we'll play with it. But smash. I think it's lovely. I think she did a beautiful job. So, okay. Lethal Cosmetics is releasing some new single shades and a new product category for them. So they are releasing 5 holo chrome singles. Now, as far as I know, Lethal has not done holochromes before, and they definitely haven't done them as single shades. I think maybe 1, maybe 2 of the shades in one of their 1-up palette or 2-up palette was a holochrome. I could be wrong on that though. I'd have to pull it out and see, but I remember one of them being a holochrome. So those are going to be $17 each. These are the low, okay. Brands take note if anybody watches this. I really hate it when a brand does a promotional video for their upcoming launch, but they do not include still shots of the product. I find that to be problematic, especially when you're talking about that launch on Instagram, which is traditionally a photo platform. I find it fucking annoying. It is such a pet peeve for me. I know it's a stupid thing to have a pet peeve about, but first world problems. I don't know. What do you want from me? But I think it's really annoying. So I took these still shots from their reveal video, which was in low lighting, okay? So here are the shades. Now, how they actually look swatched on the skin, I don't know yet, but here they are. Now, those are $17 each. They're also releasing, and same problem again, 4 iridescent trichrome shades that are going to be $9 each. That is the product picture that they put on their video. They look gray. You can't see any of the shifts. It's lazy. It's lazy marketing, and I think it's really annoying. But those are going to be $9 each. And then a new category for them is holochrome flakes, and they're doing these multichrome. So they're doing multichrome flakies. Now they already have their cream gel liners, which are a pot liner, but now they're going to have multichrome flakies in a gel base. So these are not loose flakes. They're suspended in a gel base. That's going to be here, and those are $21 each. There are 6 shades. I think these are lovely. Honestly, I think they're really pretty. I'm not opposed to them. For right now, it's going to be a pass from me. I don't need to customize any of the Lethal palettes that I already have right now. And if I did something like that, it'd be down the road. So it's not an immediate, thing. And I think the pot, like flakies, are really pretty, but it's not the type of product that I reach for a lot. So I'm going to say pass. But I love Lethal. I enjoy their products, and I have several palettes. It's just not anything I need right now. So, okay, flipping the old paper over. Patrick Ta is expanding on their blush duos. So these are the Major Headlines cream and powder blush duos, and they're adding 3 new shade combinations to this. So there is a soft pink with blue undertones, which, if you remember that bubblegum pink last year was like a huge thing. This year, that's like a more blue toned pink. It's not as like bubblegum as last year's. So there's that. There's a soft dusty beige and a soft peachy salmon. $38 each. That's an easy pass for me. I'm not paying $38 for that. I'm in this economy. No, that's almost. Actually, that is an eyeshadow palette at a lot of places, but no, thank you. And they're also releasing the Major Volume Rich Plumping Lip Gloss. These are $26 each for a lip gloss. They are ultra pigmented. There are 5 shades. There's a milky pink, a soft blush, a toffee, a deep pout, basically like a reddish brown, and a deep wine, or excuse me, a chocolate and a deep wine. It's supposed to be pigmented, long-wearing formula, and it says it has long-term plumping actives, which give the appearance of fuller, poutier, and more voluminous lips with each application. I have to wonder if this is like the new House Labs hybrid lips, where your lips are supposed to fill in over time and you have more of a plumping effect that's like longer lasting. I am curious about that. I didn't see any information about it really listed, but there it is. Those are coming on February 19th. So they'll be coming to wherever Patrick Ta is sold, which I think is Sephora, and their website. So pass for those as well, but I'm curious if the plumping effect, it has longevity. So, all right, so LYS Beauty, if you remember, they were really famous for their like cream bronzer sticks that have been sold out so many times, which is amazing for them. So LYS, Love Yourself Beauty, has blush sticks that they're introducing now. I think this is a very smart move, and I'm kind of surprised they didn't do it beforehand. I think those restocks on the bronzers were keeping them busy. So these are here. These are $20 each. There are 7 shades, and 2 of the shades are exclusive to LYS's website. Now, if you wanted those 2 shades, one of them's like a poppy color, and I can't remember what the other one, oh, the watermelon colored one. Those are both exclusive to LYS's website, but they are currently sold out. I'm sure they'll be back, but they are currently sold out. So these retail for $20 each. Now they do say that they have a luminous finish, which means that it's like, you know, like a blush that's like shiny. It's got like that lit from within. That's what these are supposed to have. Formulated with green tea extract, watermelon seed extract, and rosehip oil, which are skincare ingredients. So we're seeing that in a lot of colorful base makeup. If you underpaint, maybe that would have an effect. I can't imagine that would have an effect if you're putting these on top of your foundation. But I am curious about them. We're going to say Smash. I think they're lovely. That Poppy, which is like that reddish orange shade, that one looks very appealing to me, and it is sold out. So I don't have to worry about buying these anytime soon, but we're going to say Smash. Okay. If you missed out on the Simply Posh Citrus Punch palette, they're going to be opening up a pre-order soon, and it does say that like pink sparkle color, so like that middle color, the shimmer pink shade there, that's called Flavorful. Sorry, I'm referencing my paper here. Flavorful, that shade is going to be replaced with another duochrome shade, and I guess they're going to release that closer to launch. I'm going to say pass. I said pass like last year. I do think it's really pretty, but what appeals to me about this is like one of the rows of orange and like that one row of green. That's what appeals to me about it, and I can't justify buying the palette for just those, 2 rows, especially when I already have similar colors in my collection. So I'm going to say pass, but I do like it, and I wouldn't be opposed to having it in my collection, but do I need to spend my coins on it? No, pass. All right, so Nomad Cosmetics is hinting at a new launch, but there's no additional information yet. All we have is literally the tiniest little green, see that bright green palette there? That's a new palette, that one. So we'll see. We'll see. It remains to be seen. They're still kind of coasting on the high of the launch of their New Zealand Stargazing palette, understandably. So more information coming eventually, but I think that's going to be their spring launch. So we'll see. Salem Cosmetics has re-released their Love is Blood and Perfect Happiness 9-pan palettes. Those are here. So they've been doing revamping of their formulas for a while now. They revamped their Salem and the Witch palette. They have released another palette since then, and now they've revamped these 2 palettes. I only saw them listed as a bundle item. So these 2 palettes are available for, let's see, is it a pre-order? Yeah, it's a pre-order, and it's going to be $74 for both. This is a pass for me. It doesn't speak to me, but I do think that it's really smart for them to go back and reformulate their older palettes. And especially if they're selling with their new shimmer formula. I think that's very smart. The old one was just kind of, it was okay. but the new one is much more sparkly. So good on them. But it's past for me. I don't need them. I don't love 9 pans. You know, they're okay. Okay. Last but not least, there's a new indie brand that has launched their first item. So this is Crype Cosmetics here. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I apologize. But this is the Burnt Forest palette. Now there are 12 pans, 6 mattes, 4 multichromes, 1 duochrome, and 1 mixed shimmer shade. And there was a little notation at the bottom of the page. The mixed shimmer shade, because it's fragile, is going to be shipped separately. The pans are magnetic. You can rearrange this however you want. And you'll be able to easily just pop that shade into the pan. Now, this is available now for $59. I'm going to say smash. I do think it's pretty. I don't know anything about the brand except that it's a Chinese-based brand. The only reason I know that is because there was a notation about the Chinese New Year, or the Lunar New Year. I should say Lunar New Year because other countries celebrate it, but there was a notation about the Lunar New Year and shipping, so there's that. I'm interested in it. I'm seeing a lot of beautiful looks being made with this palette. People are receiving their palettes at least. I'm gonna say smash. I think it's pretty. Is it a stock formula? No idea. Is the brand owner problematic? No idea. Don't know who it is, but we'll say smash. Fuck it, it's just makeup, you know? It washes off, it's not that serious. And my darlings, that's it for me today. Thank you for watching Pass or Smash and for sticking around if you made it this far. Look how cute these are. See, I really feel like my lights are too much today. It's too much for me. I just wanna, see, look. Not as washed out, but not as detailed either. You know, you can't win. Can't win. It's nighttime. I don't know what you want me. It's like 11 p.m. So anyway, I'm going to go edit this now, and I love your face. And if you're seeing it, hey, I already did that. I will catch you on the next one. And if you made it this far, leave me a drink emoji, because my Coke's over here getting warm. But aren't these cute? These are from Mushroom House Jewelry. They're like another Florida-based jewelry place. They're really cute, and they're not that expensive, so I was like, oh, these are cute. Anyway, I love your faces, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for joining me in my chaotic little den of new makeup launches. I try to be consistent and do this section every week, and we are actually at episode number 44, if you can believe that. So I've been doing this for close to a year. Isn't that crazy? It's so weird. Anyway, time flies when you're having a good time. I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.